followed by a couple of South African recruits. Hooker Edwin Swart is one. The other joined this week, and it's Jared Taylor straight back into the back row with Davies and Fafita. 4 half-backs are with Wales, so it's Hughes and Jones, 9 and 10. Very exciting centre combination, James and Roberts. Johnny McNichol, as always, a reliable 15. Plenty of young blood on the bench, including 18-year-old Harry Thomas at hooker. Munster, horrible run with injuries, but things are improving depth-wise. R.G. Snyman, his first appearance is the Rugby World Cup. Dynamic back row, Quinn, Kendallen and Coombs. Joey Carberry, threat at 10. Nankivel, interesting to see how he goes in midfield. Haley making his return at full back. Well, it's been a tough start this season for the Scarlets and these supporters. Horribly front-loaded fixture list hasn't helped them, so the games will get easier. Champions at home is some prospect. Munster, they would predict that they would be 11th at this stage of the campaign, but they haven't lost to the Scarlets in a long, long time. And here he is, R.G. Snyman, Leinster bound at the end of this year, but always a threat. This man, it seems, will be leaving Munster as well, but Joey Carberry will hope to leave on a happy note. Young Finn with the senior Dan Jones, 150 appearance for the Scarlets. Cardiff Carmarthen Athletic socks. It's the Origin weekend in the URC, and we will keep an eye on all those socks around the ankles of these players, each a reference to their Origin club. Carmarthen Quins, of course, for Dan Jones, and we'll do the spotting throughout this evening. Jared Taylor, 6'2", arrived on Monday from South Africa. But initially, we'll pause and reflect.
We recently lost one of the icons of our game, the great Barry John, the King. Born in Carmarthen, in the Gwenraith Valley, Barry went to school in Gwenraith Grammar School and Trinity College, Carmarthen. He made his Trinity debut at the age of 18 and went on to make 87 appearances for the club, scoring 210 points, including 17 tries and 36 drop goals. He joined Cardiff RSC in 1967 and played 25 tests for Wales and 5 for the Lions, starting in the historic 2-1 victory over the All Blacks in 1971. He retired the following year at the age of 27. All our thoughts are with the family at this time. Barry was the brother-in-law of our club president, Derek Knell. So please, could I ask you to join in a moment's applause for the King, Barry John.
The King, fondly remembered by all those, including his family, his brother-in-law Derek Quinnell, and may you rest in peace, Barry John.
Enjoy the game with him. Cracking day for it,
Our referee was born and raised in Ireland, but representing the Scottish Rugby Union, Ian Kenny. Conditions are perfect here in Parc y Scarlets. It's not too cold.
Captain, ready? Ready, lads.
Jackets, not gloves. Not a breeze in the sky. Round 10 of the URC, off and underway in Llanelli. And it's a short one by Munster. And the Scarlets ship it to McNichol. McNichol Spots a forward. It was Coombs. Now he's out of his 22. Good evening, Richie Rees.
Good evening. Yeah, Munster gone straight after R.G. Snyman to try and get that kick-off back. But fortunate enough for Scarlets, they managed to retain possession.
Stay there for. Thank you.
Big evening for Archie Hughes. And that's a decent start for him as well. Perfectly weighted kick. Waiting in the wings as Kieran Hardy and Gareth Davis and Dane Blacker, who left for the Dragons. And now this is a real chance for him and some other youngsters at the Scarlets. Good strong carry, good footwork as well. And Munster will play. Carberry, this is lovely. Was that forward? It was. And Nankerville was in space. It was Quinn with the pass, and he'll be as frustrated as anybody.
Just a little warning sign there for the Scarlets. Quite narrow in defence. You see so many teams now just being able to reset off kick return, get themselves in good attacking position. And Scarlets a little bit narrow there. Munster worked it really well down that left-hand side. Just that last pass, a little bit forward. But, look, it's going to be a good game tonight. Scarlets need a big performance. This might be, I'm not sure what you think, Richie, one of the strongest teams we've seen from the Scarlets all season. You know, with everyone back fit, they are missing a couple, but it looks positive in terms of the names on the sheet today.
Yes, the numbers they've got back fit as well. You look at someone like Johnny McNichol, Joe Roberts back from Wales. These sorts of guys are going to be key. I think it's the first time Sam Lousy and Vaya have played together over the last few months. So, you know, you've got to have your core group of players that are available all season long. And you go back, I know, 10 years ago from when the regions were a little bit probably more successful. They had a core group, an outstanding core group of international class players. And at the minute in Wales, that's probably where you're missing if you try and compare the Munster and Scarlets sides today.
Right then. Many have tried to come to the conclusion that this is the tallest second row pairing in league history. R.G. Snyman
Of the
Thomas
world?
Ahern
Of the world?
in the league history, in the URC history. Do you want to correct me on that, Tom?
No. You can measure him at half-time if you want.
Yeah, Thomas Ahern, some player though, 6'9" himself.
And watch him hanging on to the edges. He does like to stay out wide. The Snyman will add his weight to this pack, surely. Solid scrum. Loose pass, though. And Eddie James forced to gather, check, and just hit the deck. Having Coombs just slowing possession down. Shane Daly under that one.
Shot Harry O'Connor, but they're off again on Munster.
Munster forget the old cliches about up the jumper under Graham Rowntree. They play, they hardly kick. Is Jaeger the tight head? Good purchase by him. And again, Scarlets are short defensively here. Tommy Lewis with the work. And that's knocked on. Creaking a little bit, Rich.
Yeah, Archie Hughes just getting out of that contact. 9 on 9. He's got out of the way of Conor Murray, but he's just clipped the ball as he's going. The referee hasn't seen it. Ian Kenny from the Scottish Rugby Union hasn't seen it. He's just rolling up, and as he's gone through, he's just lost ball. That's Conor Murray, but there's definite intent there. They're looking 2 quick passes off any kick receipt. But when you've got a man the quality of Conor Murray, 113 Island caps, 8 British Lions caps.
I'm sure you'll hear me if I'm not happy. Just saying, all good the first one.
It's another good opportunity now for the Scarlets. Left-hand scrum. The scrum before, Archie Hughes had to buy himself a little bit of time.
You okay?
Sort of pass backwards off his left-hand side because he's under pressure from Conor Murray. That had a knock-on effect then, and Eddie James had to pick it up, step inside. But you just think, if they can get a good platform at scrum time, there's some really exciting backs the Scarlets have got.
There's Jared Taylor. Arrived on Monday from the Western Province. By all reports, he has no care for his own body. Abrasive, tough, aggressive. Just what you need if you're a scrum half.
Absolutely no contacts made, no clean-outs, 0 tackles.
Crouch!
There's Dwayne.
Dwayne Peel
Points!
tasted 2 victories so far this season. Similar narrative last season, and they picked up towards the end. Is this reset? Archie Hughes has done well, and he gets it to Eddie James. And James is a big man, and he's over the gain line.
Yeah, they've shortened them as well.
Jones, Roberts, McNichol, and the blitz defence just spotted McNichol, and Scarlets have gone backwards. Via Fafita. Jones, little pass through to Taylor. First contribution by the South African. Back to the blind side they go. Players everywhere from Munster, and I'm surely they're going to get pinged for offside. Free play here.
Got penalty advantage.
Nicholas. Trick play here.
Yeah, I think it's just a free play, so you're normally looking at an attacking kick, or are they going to try and build a few phases, but they don't want to burn too much energy here because it's going to be a tough old physical night.
Here's the second South African in Edwin Swart.
He's still the penalty.
Jones. Roberts. Advantage still being played. Kemsey Mathias back from Wales and back in the tackle, but he got it away.
No advantage, come back for the penalty.
Scrum was under a lot of pressure there again from Munster.
Yeah, that's fine.
But Archie Hughes does a great job.
14
Just able to
offside.
escape Colin Murray. Offloads to Eddie James to keep the ball alive. It just shows you, when you get good gain line ball, rugby is a lot easier. Teams on the back foot. Dan Jones managing to free some of his players. They look quite sharp there off face play, the Scarlets.
Captain.
Yeah, it's a good read, good defensive hit by Sean O'Brien out right wing for Munster, and it puts Scarlets into that position then. In the second, the penalties come from Joey Carberry just being offside again, really aggressive off that defensive line, but just didn't get back on side. It's given Scarlets a perfect attacking opportunity just 5 minutes into this game.
And Dan Jones slightly annoyed with himself that didn't quite hit double top, so it's 7 or 8 metres for the Scarlets here as opposed to 5.
Defense, guys.
And Munster, as noted, 2 6'9" locks. Will they compete?
Yeah, they've gone to a 51 of the Scarlets, so they've got just Dan Davis out.
Fafita sets it up. Swart trying to get some momentum into this drive, and slowly but surely it's starting to move.
Okay, use now. Don't change your mind. Use now. Use.
Scarlets have to use it.
They have to resource this first contact to the Scarlets. He needs to play this, Archie Hughes. Tough call, though. The ball ends up on the floor.
I've asked you to use it 3
That's a
times.
tendency of referees. Ian Kenny.
No.
He's saying to Archie Hughes he did tell him to use the ball 3 times, but the ball did end up on the floor. So important the time of those pull-ups from his scrum half.
Here we go.
It's having that communication, is it, with whoever's got the ball at the back. At the time it was Swart. Just you need to have clear communication, so when the ref calls it, it's difficult with your head in there. So Archie Hughes, he's the one with the vision, he's the one with the ears.
Difficult place to exit from this for Munster, but look who they've got at the base. You've got Gavin Coombs and you've got Nankivell at 12.
Set.
Expect Ken Dillon straight over that ball on that first contact area as well. 1 ruck, and they look to put this in the stand.
Penalty advantage, standing up.
The ruck.
You know what's coming here. Munster, they've got a penalty coming, so this will be to nothing. And worrying signs for Dwayne Peel and his Scarlet pack.
Number 3, standing up.
3 scrums, and you have to say Munster have won all 3 of them. This is the first penalty from a scrum, but this is an issue for the Scarlets, and it has been all season. There's penalties off set piece. They give away a lot of penalties, but there's not much you can do when you've got a scrum like Munster just hammering it against you.
Yeah, both props but being released back from the island camp as well. You put Niall Scannell in the middle of that. There's some plenty of experience there. So Scarlets have to find a solution for that problem.
No, he's okay. Receiver, yeah. He's staying back, guys.
Ahern. Not straight, claim some supporters. Looked okay to us here. And the driving maul is set. Murray.
Okay, 1 stop now. Stay.
Will take no chances here, so he gets it away. Crossfield kick
Stay,
coming.
9, stay, come on.
Daly gets it, beats McNichol, and then Lewis himself as well. Scannell, Snyman, good tackle, got it away.
Advantage here, number 4, offside.
Yeah, brilliant recognition from Munster, from Conor Murray. All that tight 5 for the Scarlets are trying to retreat back because it's gone to a wide contact area into that space. They're never going to get there. It's Snyman initially with the line dent and then out the back door. But unfortunately for Munster, it's a knock on. But again, it comes from a dominant set piece. You're just chatting around it, Tom.
Johnny McNichol needs to make that tackle, though. It's a crossfield kick. You either compete or you just give yourself a little bit of time and make sure you nail your man. It's neither really. And then Munster end up 10 metres over that gain line.
Great kick by Carberry as well. Look what it puts them. It makes life so much more difficult trying to defend it. Look at Archie Hughes off your tail. 9 and 10. Dan Jones and Archie Hughes, your first 2 defenders. Are they going to go to strength, Munster? Let's have a look.
A few minutes ago, Munster stopped Scarlets from a similar position. They're drifting a little bit, so Scarlett cuts back inside. Taylor tries to get the turnover. Snyman spills it. Offside again. 2 in the bounce now for the Scarlets. Well, he's keen, he's enthusiastic.
On the line, Red.
An interesting call here by Munster.
Yeah, by going for the quick tap, it's taking forces out of it, so you control your own destiny.
Little short drive over the line.
Coombs,
try. And once again, it's Gavin Coombs. Another try for the number 8. Another try for the Munster pack. And they strike first in Llanelli.
Gavin Coombs' success rate. 4 tries, anything close line is absolutely ridiculous. They've taken the quick tap penalty, which is a good call. Look at the deep cleans on this. It's just a lovely little lift from Kendall into Coombs. It's a relationship, it's a partnership that they've had for the last couple of seasons, Munster. And it looks so simple. You're trying to isolate your bigger, less mobile forwards, exactly what they've done. And Coombs, when he's so close to that try line, he's nearly impossible to stop.
I'm sure he's satisfied, Graham Rowntree. And Joey Carberry, who's touch finder, has set that try up. He'll have no complaints about conditions in Llanelli. There is no breeze here, and there'll be no excuses either. This, the easier side for a right footer. How nonchalant is that?
Something we talked about pre-show was the discipline in your own half on the Scarlets, because a team like Munster will punish you. They've given away 2 penalties. Joey Carberry kicks the touch. 5 metres out, they get another penalty. And then, to be fair, that was quite a simple try from him. You'd be a little bit disappointed if you're a Scarlets player to let Gavin Coombs run over too easily.
That's Thomas Ahern leaping to the air. I was going to say perfectly measured kick, but an even better take. Jaeger, Haley back on a rugby field. Long pass out wide. The Scarlets are just slipping off tackles here. Sean O'Brien there. Jaeger again.
Good carry height from Jaeger. It makes such a difference. Look, he's gone 4 metres past that point of contact.
Again, the Scarlets short. 3 against 2. Ahern, as he likes to be, just hanging out on the edge. Watch him. He's a lock, but he just stays out on the touchline.
This is the game management now with Conor Murray. Joey Carberry will come into their own. They've done 3 widths of the field trying to play. There's been no success. You can see Murray now looking to shape for this box kick. Go off the right foot and just get field position. You don't like the picture you're seeing after 3 phases, just go to the air.
Not much distance on that. Could go anywhere. Into the hands of McNichol. Shapes to attack. Dan Jones. Joe Roberts, we know he's a talent. Puts a little grubber through. Well gathered, well marshalled. And McNichol jogs back, takes his time.
Stay, guys, stay.
I'm not quite sure what Sean O'Brien was doing there, but it's worked for the Scarlets either way.
Yeah, penalty. Sean O'Brien's thrown that ball over the boardings here at Parker. Scarlets stopped. Johnny McNichol taking a quick throw in. Silly decision.
Well, we saw Josh Adams getting penalised the other day for Wales, and this is Sean O'Brien.
Go for post here, I would.
Shape into corner.
Yeah. they're being positive, admiring for it, but it only works if you come away with something. That's a pretty high percentage kick for Dan Jones. You'd imagine he'd get that. I think especially if you're playing a team like Munster, you take points when it's on offer.
Yeah, it's just absolutely no need for O'Brien to do it. Unfortunately for Munster, it hasn't got within that 5-metre line, so they've probably gone 10, 12 metres. This is the Scarlets line now.
9, are you receiver? That's fine.
Just the small differences. Dan Jones touch finder again, 10, 12 metres out.
Yeah, they've gone to a 6-man as well. Jared
What
Taylor
is
in this
going on there?
back
What
line.
is going on?
Throw the ball.
No, 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 no. Miscommunication, untidy, messy, and that's a freebie to Munster.
Yeah, it's an absolute killer for your line-out coach. You look at relationships, cohesion, understanding between sets of players, as they've mistouched Stewart, Lousy, Craig haven't played an awful lot of rugby together.
Joe Roberts did ever so well there. This is Roberts, it's Lewis who gave him the ball. Roberts just kept his width. Again, Scarlets are just sloppy here, and Johan Nicholas sweeps and is dragged and thrown by O'Hearn, who's making some impact already. Swart, burly carrier, the South African.
9, that's taken back. Taken back.
You heard Archie Hughes been told he can't go direct here to touch. Haley, safe as houses. Watch for Jaeger again. No, he's a dummy runner. Kendall.
We've got no real backs to that far side. It would surprise me if they come back to this short side. Carberry just organising the forwards around the corner.
Lockman released by Ireland. All Munster here. Nankerville, it's a big, strong runner as well. It's tiring work for Peel's players. Scarlets, oh, lovely by Snyman. Oh, it's knocked on. Deserved so much more there.
No.
You just feel when that ball is going over the air, in the air to Nankerville, you need a Scarlets player on him straight away. He's got too much time to pick up that ball and get himself on the front foot. I think a loose pass like that,
I think you guys missed it.
because Johan Nicholas needs to be on him straight away.
Yeah, this is a running trait of all Irish provinces, all Irish teams and the Irish international side. They're all in shape when you're attacking in shape. They're all really tight, narrow passes. From where we're sitting here, just in the gantry, if anything, it looks too tight, but it's so effective. Short, little, tight passes to nullify any sort of a real aggressive line speed and double collision against you.
I think this is where Munster have really improved since sort of 2 years ago, really. You know, their attacking shape has got a lot better over the last 18 months, really. They're more of a threat ball in hand. They're playing less 10-man rugby, and they're really trying to pressure teams out wide.
Yeah, they've changed their attack coach, and Mike Pendergast is into his second season now. He came from racing over in France.
You've knocked it into the number 8 feet. You've knocked into the number 8.
You've got a feel for Hughes. Scrum has been under a little bit of pressure, and he's just trying to get that in and out. And he's just got caught on the base of Fafita's feet in front of him. He's expecting a little bit of heat coming back onto him.
To be fair, though, there's a 9 there. You want the number 8's feet still. You know, he moves it last minute. You expect your number 8, especially when you're picking up the ball.
A little shake of the head tells you everything.
Let's see if he's smiling or grinning there or upset. Water was in the way.
Binds!
Right, they've double stacked of Munster. They've got Carberry and Haley just in behind this scrum. Brilliant attacking opportunity. Hughes' defence is really important here. Watch him read body language.
How do you read that defensively? Where are they going to go? They don't need to go anywhere because there's another scrum penalty.
Scrum is a huge issue at the moment.
Not driving straight.
Straight to the corner he's shaping. Is
Number
Joey
there,
Carberry.
Tom. 3, yeah.
Well, last time, Carberry nailed his kick to the corner.
That's great, thank you.
Not bad this time either.
So
Initially it looks good there, but you can just see the shove. Does look like Lockman does angle in a little bit, but Scarlets front row under a massive amount of pressure.
Yeah, it's perception as well at the minute. We've had 5 scrums so far, and Munster have been dominant in the previous 4, so if you're the referee, Ian Kenny, that's exactly what's first in your mind.
Receiver.
front ball. R.J. Snyman.
Okay, now.
Rugby World Cup winner. Scannell motoring. Takes responsibility himself.
Good tackle, Archie Hughes, though.
Archie Hughes.
He's got against Scannell, your hooker, against your scrum half. He's not the biggest on the field.
Okay, guys.
But for those that watch Wales 20s last year, defensively, technically, he's very sound. There's Archie Hughes, so credit to him there. It just looks too easy, doesn't it, trying to stop that driving line out.
So these supporters will have crooked necks, I think. Looking left, because all the action is in this corner.
In, guys.
Take 2 for Munster. Scarlets stop their last driving maul. This time it's sacked.
That's black to grind.
Scannell again.
Off feet now, you're off feet. You're off feet.
Lousy 5 is actually skipper tonight. Scarlets under pressure again. Kendellen.
Back foot, guys.
Such an organised, unified force. Snyman rolled. Lousy wants it, doesn't get it. Now they come short. Carberry. Lousy again with a tackle, and he's wrestled off the ball as well.
6.
They're almost there. Inches. Lockman. Scarlets defending for their lives. One-way traffic so far.
No, release.
So simple, yet so effective as well. Coombs. Scott one, gets it a Lockman. Good tackle on him.
Archie Hughes again, it's exactly what we were just talking around.
Finally, Scarlet supporters have something to cheer about, but it's just a big tackle, and Munster come again. Good angle from Coombs. And
run to me, scrum.
good defensive work, referee there.
Help the Scarlets out a little bit there. Just saw Archie Hughes making 2 big tackles.
I've ruined a great carry
in the space of about 2 minutes. But just that little offload from R.G. Snyman as he takes contact, just changes the point of contact. Means the Scarlets can't reset again.
Watch that the dummy carry initially from Coombs. It just opens up a little bit of space for Lockman.
Look at that, a 9 on a prop. That's brilliant technique. Gets low, goes low to high, drives with the legs.
But if you're the Scarlets now, you're on your 5-metre line, you're defending a scrum, your scrum's been under a load of pressure. What do you do? Let's do something different. There's 21 minutes on the clock, and you've got Gavin Coombs coming off the base of a very dominant scrum. So you've got to try and do something different, solve a problem.
Well, it's good to say that we are joined by Mike Prendergast, the attack coach for Munster, and you must be delighted, Mike.
Yeah, it's been a decent start. Would obviously prefer an extra score or so on the board. A couple of little handling errors probably have stopped our flow a small bit, but I think physically, in terms of our carries, etc., we've been right in the game. Yeah.
How much work does it take to be that effective when you're 5 metres out on the training field?
Yeah, and it takes calmness and composure. We probably lacked a small bit there, to be honest with you. But look, hopefully we can make up for that now and just be nice and calm and take our opportunities once you get in there.
Keep the same for the next 5 minutes?
Absolutely.
Cheers, Mike.
Thanks a million.
I like your reference calmness then. I think as soon as you get into that 22, people get excited, particularly around your half-backs. But it's the control. If you've got speed of ball, you can keep it, but you haven't got it. How do you generate that gain line that we were talking around earlier?
Look how deep Carberry is. It's Carberry there and Shane Daly really deep behind that scrum.
Set!
I'd be very surprised if they play out of this with the dominance they've had previous to this. Right, he's on Coombs.
Carberry wants it.
Both stood up. You both stood up. You both stood up.
What they're trying to do here, Munster, if the ball does come out the back, is just trying to manipulate the 9. If they can send Archie Hughes round to the Scarlets' left-hand side, then you might see Carberry,
same with you guys.
Daly flash back down his left-hand side, trying to create a 2-on-1. If Archie Hughes stays on the blind side, those two will be heading into the open play on the right-hand side.
So often the
crouch.
So often the case now that we see this running back style positioning, an I formation behind.
Number 1 early.
Taken quickly. Munster sniffing for a second. Scarlets have defended bravely, but that's all they're doing at this point in time. Defence, defence, defence. And they're getting penalised as well. Penalty coming to Munster. Murray knows this, but he still wants more of the same. Pick, go, short attacks.
Keep your eye on Carberry and Haley shooting back down his short side.
Murray wants it quickly. He's been given the call. Turnover, back to the penalty.
Penalty's gone against Harry O'Connor. Offside again. You just need to be careful, the Scarlets. I think that's 4 penalties within that 5-metre zone.
Staying on.
Fafita flew at the blocks there to put pressure on Munster. We know what's coming. Gary Coombs. Deja vu.
Patience, 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 composure. Watch the way that Munster go from left to right, though. They just drop it back under to Coombs. They use their main carriers within the first 3 phases.
Come on, let's just...
Off phase and in launch, and that guy, we talked around him earlier, just after his first try, his scoring rate as soon as he gets within that 5-metre channel is absolutely massive. But again, it's a quick tap penalty, 5-metre line. They've gone 1 carry right. Watch Coombs jump from right to left.
Take a half step to left, please, then.
Jumps from right to left, and he's got that latch on the inside by Thomas Ahern, and you're just talking body weight, his physicality. And it's just nearly impossible to stop. This discipline that's allowing Scarlets, allowing Munster to do this and get the field position that they need for these points.
Great comment out of Munster. Great.
Coombs with a try, Carberry with a conversion. Double trouble for the Scarlets. Gavin Coombs, well, Munster had a second row crisis over the last month, and he was forced to play lock last weekend against the Crusaders. 2 tries then, 2 tries today. And shows you the depth of Irish rugby, that he just cannot get into this Irish squad as well. Ahern. So simple. And Munster just doing those little things.
Lousy just caught Ahern.
No.
In the head with his shoulder, I think, just off that kick-off. We'll have a look.
McNichol. Been a good servant for the Scarlets.
Get up. It's work, boys, it's work.
Attacking Quinn.
Scarlets, if anything, going sideways, perhaps backwards, fresh for the tackle. Got it away to Eddie James, but now he's isolated, and Archie Hughes has to stick some weight into that ruck, and he got supported in the end. It's slow, laboured ball. Nicholas. Feint, and he goes. He's adept at playing centre, so he's okay there. Dan Davis, offside, playing Parker Scarlett. I agree, says the referee. Jones. McNichol spotted the gap.
Guys, come back to the penalty here.
Munster doing really well and getting the eye line of the ball players out the back for the Scarlets. There's space out there on the wide channels, but it's a risky pass over the top, and the outside defence is coming up really quickly from Munster. We just saw there 3 or 4 phases. Scarlets just getting knocked back every single phase.
This time Jones goes for distance.
Much better kick, that.
And that is a good kick.
Good to see him back, Dan Jones, in his 150th appearance.
I feel the Scarlets have to come away with something now. They've had 3 or 4 positions deep inside Munster's 22 and come away with nothing so far.
Yeah, the difficulty they've had.
Just want to make sure it's not
They've been let down at set piece. They haven't really gone through any phases within that Munster 22. So they want to go to a nice simple call here. I'm sure they would have been repping a few of these in the week in this area of the field. But that's where your relationship needs to be good. Schwab,
they're getting away in the penalty.
Lousy, Alex Craig. There he is, the South African. Back to Puma.
Currie Cup winner with the Puma swap. This is his bread and butter. And via Fafita, leaps and claims.
They've got it moving as well for Scarlets.
Good driving maul.
Out, you're not bound.
And Jaeger again sniffing for a turnover.
One stop 9.
There's a few Munster bodies in there, slowing things down.
Keep your eye on Schneiman as well, the length of his arms. He's going to get his arms wrapped around that ball.
And Scarlets have just overdriven it again.
Tackle now, tackle.
And Archie Hughes has horrible ball to deal with. It's the dig and finally allows us forwards to go. And Fafita, Lousy almost tripped over the ball.
No.
Matthias, better from the Scarlets. Dan Davis, good footwork, then big tackle, Coombs on him.
Great turnover, Coombs, he's got that.
Staying.
Oh, Coombs, almost there. Taylor, his first appearance, wriggles out of a tackle. Best Scarlet attack of this first half. They've been living off crumbs. What can they conjure here? Quick ball could work. Hughes, back against the grain. That's how close the Scarlets are.
Ball was out there, ball was out.
Fafita's almost there. Hughes again
Backwards.
flies out, intercepted. Such untidy ball for the Scarlets. There's no full back now.
Backfield as well.
And it's on for Munster. Carberry, good tackle. Eddie James. Conor Murray with a sensible head. 50-22 might be on. Nicholas has to get his skates on. Nicholas gets it away to McNichol. Breathless stuff at back of Scarlets. McNichol saw Snyman, thought I'm getting away from that. And he's still going. What about that for Johnny McNichol? Johnny McNichol. Taylor, he had Archie Hughes. Gets it away though. Fafita, he can't get it. And he's crunched by Carberry as well.
No. Look one.
Just see how flat this Scarlets attack line are now. They're knackered, they're out on their feet, but they're still going. There's no backs attached to anything.
Swart to the carry, might have been turned over. I think Scarlets will be penalised.
Against Dan Jones.
First man steals good. You've got off your feet.
Well, that was a breathless 2 minutes of rugby. And both sides could have scored, Tom.
There'll be quite a few players out there glad of that penalty now, just to take a breath.
Joe want to play on the ground.
Thought there was an opportunity for the Scarlets to play the ball out the back. They kept hitting the front line. This is where the kick comes from. Good tackle there.
Key thing is here, look who McNichol picks on. It's all the big guys, it's all the big guys, the bigger lump. They're getting that mismatch. And he's away. You talk about game breakers. Johnny McNichol is up there for the Scarlets. He's one of the best in the league at that. But Jared Taylor just didn't see. There he is. He's picking on Schneiman. He's picking on Luckman. He's picking on Jaeger. And that's where the line break comes from.
No, it's fair. I'll definitely keep a look at that. So for me, it's turned ball carriers in at the front and they've hit the ball carriers. That's illegal. I get exactly what you're saying.
He gets no luck with injuries whatsoever.
Good.
First appearance of the season for Munster. He was out for 18 months before playing the Scarlets last season, and that doesn't look good.
Oh, good fight. Okay. Oh, yeah,
Here's what's coming up. S4C tomorrow. Cardiff at home to Connacht. Also on S4C Club Rugby, 7:30. Dragons away at the Glasgow Warriors.
That's over here. I know Ospreys going down.
Ulster.
We really need to speed this up.
That's a repeat on Monday
you guys
night.
are coming,
10:35.
you guys are coming to me before the game saying you want to play quick and stuff, and Jesus, you've got guys down all the time. So
and BBC Sounds.
You really need to speed it up.
As all the latest rugby news on the Scrum 5 podcast. Interesting story, RG Snyman.
We're going to hit at one and then come back short side.
Okay.
Big name recruitment for Munster. Barely played, and now on his way to Leinster. Some have been frustrated, some have been annoyed. Munster basically cannot pick two non-Irish players
okay,
a lot, so they've elected to keep Klein. Okay. And Snyman is off to Dublin.
Okay.
Not a bad signing for the Dublin outfit, but he is riddled with injury. You know, they've not seen the best of him because he's been injured so many times. You hope he's okay now. Looks like he's all right. Maybe a little finger dislocated. He wouldn't notice, would he? Put it straight back in. Carry on. Scarlett's been massively disappointed, though, not coming away with any points. Munster were clearly under pressure for a good 5 minutes. And then just the way in which they lost the ball, just shot out the base of the ruck. Archie Hughes couldn't get it away, and now look where they are.
Munster come to the tail as well. That's how confident they are. Quinn, only 20 years of age with the carry, looking for work is Daly. Holes everywhere in the Scarlets defence now. They're having to work so hard defensively. So many tackles, 3 times the number
Coombs again
of the opposition.
Split the double carry, double tackle.
Quinn tackled by Dan Davis. Taylor's there. He may well get the penalty. Turnover. Dan Jones. I think he would have preferred the penalty, yeah. And there's first real contribution by the South African signing.
It's a shame they couldn't get that ball away quickly there. There's a lot of space down that right-hand side. Just got slowed up enough for Munster to cover that left-hand side.
We talk about Munster using their power runners within the first couple of phases. Conor Murray was at the front of the line now. He then uses Quinn as your main carrier. He's attached to Nankerville.
Loose kick. Danger sign, Sean O'Brien. Scarlets are not helping themselves here. Snyman. Offside.
The penalty count is starting up now. They've got to be thinking about a yellow card as a referee. As Ian Kenny, there's got to be 7, 8 penalties already in this first half.
Every time we're down here, there's offsides. You need to get better. Offside.
It's the 4th offside penalty against the Scarlets. And Munster relentless here. And this time it's the skipper, Sam Lousy.
To be fair, the Scarlets have been pretty decent at defending the line-out drives from Munster. It's the tap and goes, it's the constant carries is where they've been struggling.
Offsides, please.
They can defend this okay, they just can't allow Munster to get 1 or 2 metres out.
Another driving ball.
Quinn again on ball.
Scannell. Shortly may well pop his head up and scan because he's peeled away.
Ball's out.
Slightly untidy. Most on Munster.
Yes, a couple of the last contact areas for Munster. Their ball presentation hasn't been great. It's just slipping out. It's a little bit of a greasy surface down here at Parker Scarlets. But again, they've got away with one, have the Scarlets. Scannell just peels away, and he's got to keep hold of that ball. He's complaining. It's come off the boot.
Guys,
the Scarlets
said
player.
the same to them. We need to speed the game up. There's too many guys going down, right? I've said exactly the same thing to them earlier, so I'm not picking on you guys. I think you can probably agree. There seems to be every stoppage, like, and both you guys want to play quick.
So it's Origin week in the URC.
That's what you told me before the game. So, yeah, no,
and players have to wear their first club socks. What are those then? We need to see the players like you as well. Dan Jones, you know those socks, Richie? Dan Jones?
It's probably just the timing.
Probably it's someone from the Wizard of Oz.
It's a game of guess who this is.
I know. We are looking for one player who we can see with the socks, and that is Sam Lousy.
I think you've just gone a bit over it.
Who's Sam Lousy's first club?
Lions?
No, it's Bay Roskill Vikings back.
Vikings, that was it.
It's good knowledge of that,
right,
Thomas.
we know those then. Come on now, you've got to get those. Dan Jones.
Carmarthen, is it?
Quins, Carmarthen Quins.
Carmarthen, is it? You've got to get it right, Carmarthen Quins. Temby for Archie Hughes.
Lovely, Thomas. Carmarthen again.
More Carmarthen Quins, I think. And that's Eddie James.
Yeah, we just haven't seen enough of Eddie James so far.
Crouch!
Tom referenced him pre-game. And when he's fit, he's a big physical man. It's just they haven't had enough ball. The Scarlets haven't got through enough phases. It's been a bit scrappy, it's been inaccurate. 33 minutes in, just 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. They need their strike runners on the ball, the Scarlets.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
In and out for Archie Hughes, but that's a solid platform. Dan Jones. Good clearance.
Nice, clean, quick, safe clearance from the Scarlets. Not even a phase. Nice, solid set piece. And they end up 30 metres further upfield.
Attention, you okay? Guys, we already spoke about speeding up the game. Receiver or?
Munster haven't won an away game since the final in Cape Town at the end of last season. They've had a sluggish start to this campaign. So many injuries. This is the first game since December where they've got a recognised lock on the bench. But slowly but surely,
Use 9.
the players are coming back, and they're not that hampered by international call-ups either compared to Leinster. Good take, Tommy Lewis. He's been very impressive in recent games with the Scarlets. Craig, good carry.
Out of there.
Lockman is just slowing things down there, one on his back.
Look how many Scarlets players are on the floor there. Not one Munster player on the floor. And Scarlets' defensive line's going to be shorter.
Carberry's been given the call to go.
He's on that, Jared Taylor.
Taylor gets it.
Needs to go left.
Not a bad acquisition. There was no scrum halfer though. And Munster again have just slowed possession, even though it was turnover ball. Scarlets going from depth. Eddie James in two minds.
Look at the indecision that line speed brings. Staley on that far wing. Just forces Eddie James back inside.
Good angle from O'Connor. Round the corner they come. Kemsey Matthias, Swart alongside him. Ahern, hands on the ball. Surely he's not supporting his weight there. I know he's got...
According to Ian Kenny, he is, but...
I mean, he's got his hands on the ball, and rightfully, but by the end, he's 6'9". That is not supporting his weight, is it?
Yeah. Thomas Ahern, he got concussed Jacqueline just 3-4 weeks ago.
Play, we're not stopping.
A really big one, but a 6'9" to get down there. It's very difficult to support your own body weight. As Joey Carberry just talks to the referee, and Kenny's into the players now about the speed of this, the amount of injuries and the time it's taken. He wants a bit of tempo into this game. He's missed.
Missed. Well, there's an error in the Joey Carberry collar. Snyman is receiving treatment as well. Conor Murray. Was that forward?
Inside, always inside.
Haley. McNichol tells Archie Hughes, just kick it away, I don't want it.
Well done, really well done, really well done.
Murray, Carberry might have a sniff.
Outside.
Lewis, Dan Jones. McNichol again was pointed for the kick. And again, he's just got to make do with this ball.
Thomas Ahern go for the jackal again. The big second rower.
Scarlets have had possession in fits, haven't they? But
yeah, the issue they've got, guys, is where their possession is. It's around this middle area of the field between the 10s. And they're going through a lot of phases. It becomes scrappy. People get fatigued.
Archie Hughes smuggles his way out. Again, he's under heat.
No.
So untidy for the home team. McNichol to Johan Nicholas. It's been a while since he scored a try for the Scarlets. Charged down over the touchline.
But again, for all the endeavour, for all the hard work, for all the positive intent from the Scarlets, they've made probably 15, 16 metres from where they've got the ball. They've gone through 7, 8 phases and they've burnt an awful lot of energy. Yeah, McNichol just looking for Johan Nicholas over the top with that ball then. But as Munster have done all this half, been really aggressive with Fritz, Sean O'Brien on the edges, getting high defensively, trying to force Scarlets back in.
Another loose line out.
Off the foot play.
Scarlets somehow get it back, but look, it's back football. McNichol, who's tried his very best. Dan Davis, we know about his footwork. He just needs a run of games. So many injuries for him as well. Craig.
Just look how slow these contact areas are for the Scarlets. They're 1, they're 2, they're 3-second contacts, and then what that means, you're allowing 2 extra Munster defenders to get around the corner and bring this line speed we're seeing.
Joe Roberts. Lousy. Oh, poor Snyman picks it up. Great tackle on him. Brilliant work by Johan Nicholas. Scarlet supporters are stunned. They just got nowhere in attack, and now Munster may well punish them. Catalogue of errors, and in the end, Scarlets escape.
Off the foot there, and then a knock on.
But again, Richie, it was just the smothering work by Munster defence, and Scarlets just got nowhere.
Time off, man.
It's the real aggressive line speed. How many times have we already said it in this first half? But it forces, it tests your skill sets of your players. And we've just seen it. Look at Archie Hughes now going to Lousy. Lousy out the back to Dan Davis. He's throwing a ball that Harry O'Connor has got no intention of seeing or catching. It allows Archie Snyman to bring the line speed he brings, and then Munster are back into the game that they want to play.
10 seconds to go, guys.
But you can just see the read there. That man with 2 tries already, Gavin Coombs, is bringing. He's forcing the skill set.
What about this tackle by Johan Nicholas?
Yeah, Johan Nicholas, he's done well, to be fair. But they want half-time, and they want it now to the Scarlets. They've got 20 minutes to play out. They've got the scrum to deal with.
Right, water off.
As Jared Taylor just gets back into that pack.
But if you're the Scarlets coaches, Richie, how do you change this at half-time?
It's a difficult one, because you cannot also get loose against this Munster backline. You look who they've got.
Time on, guys.
Haley at 15, Joey Carberry, Shane Daly, Nankerville. These guys are very dangerous transition broken field runners. So tactically it's around your kicking game, particularly around that mid-third of the field. How are we managing the field? How do we conserve energy for the correct areas of the field where we want to use it?
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Archie Hughes will want to get this out of the scrum and off the park as quickly as possible.
Ball's out.
Again, he's under so much pressure.
No hand,
this
six,
time
no.
he does very well.
You've got to feel for Archie Hughes this first 40 minutes. Under so much pressure as a 9.
Dan Jones gets it off the park. Muted applause here at Parc y Scarlets. 2 tries, both by Gavin Coombs for Munster. And frankly, it could have been more. Half-time, Scarlets 0, Munster 14. Oh, welcome back. Spent some time at half-time on the concourse, and it was deathly silent as those supporters queued up
Munster ready
for their drinks and refreshments at half-time. They need something of a boost, and so do these players. 2 changes for the Scarlets at half-time. Teddy Leatherbarrow's on for Jared Taylor, the debutant.
Yeah, he looked to be struggling at the end of the game, at the end of the first half, Taylor.
And Sam Wainwright is on for Harry O'Connor, who had a tough time in that scrum with tight end. And often, Richie, it's about just changing the mindset of the referee, isn't it?
Yeah, we talked around it just before half-time. It's a personnel thing, it's a perception thing. How do you change it? Well, you make the change. You change a person. That's exactly what Dwayne Peel has done.
And here is number 18, Sam Wainwright. Dan Jones. Nice angle there, the barrow. Balls to ground.
Struggling now, R.G. Snyman. They had a bit of collision. It's a good dynamic carry from Leatherbarrow just on the field. Plenty of energy, but he's won the collision. He's split both defenders between Snyman and I think it's Quinn. That's down receiving a bit of treatment. There you go.
There we go. Bit of Rybina to clear up.
It's not like
He'll need some treatment on that.
Yeah, he's going to need some stitches in there straight away.
In the middle of that, and you're bound in by a couple of boys on their side and someone else on.
But good carry, Leatherbarrow. He's been good this year.
Yeah, you hadn't lifted that.
No?
As Teddy Leatherbarrow.
And you were on your hands first.
Okay.
Very athletic.
So you look at
Yeah, but you're on your hands
Speed, power. It's what they need. They just need to try and change the complexion of this game, the Scarlets. Get a bit of pace into it. Get the game into transition, get it into unstructure.
It's in this half. Yeah.
Just let me know. I'll have it straight up.
I'll scream as loud as I
Literally.
possibly can.
They're both going, I think.
A couple of changes.
I know I know I said we'd speed it up, but we do have a HIA, so we just need to make sure he's all right. And we've got to go.
Yeah, so Quinn is off.
So TMO swept that up, and that's 2 of your own players.
And Wycherley's on as well.
I've gone head on head, so there's no foul play.
So a bit of redrafting.
Yes.
As Jack O'Sullivan
go on,
and Fannine Wycherley enter the field of play. Number 20, Jack O'Sullivan.
Let's go! Let's go!
So if you're looking for dominance, it needs to be legal. So you need to
Jack O'Sullivan, they've been a thorn in many a Welsh sides over the years. They've been playing second-tier Irish rugby mostly this season. First appearance. Not a bad replacement.
Right foot cap.
Yeah, centre field scrum as well for the Scarlets to defend. Dan Jones just stacked in behind the scrum. Keep your eyes on Archie Hughes, but you've got Carberry and Haley just behind the scrum. They'll pick a side.
Hughes.
And they go right. Murray just nudges it through, sits up nicely for McNichol.
Good return.
That's a good clearance by him, and Murray's got nobody to go to here.
Good defence there from the Scarlets. Murray ends up passing it quite early, which means the Scarlets can just drift off. They pick their Murray coming up behind. He's just running that decoy line behind. Scarlets drift off that really well.
They probably went to the wrong side, did Munster. Scarlets were defending with 3 this side and 2 plus the 9 at the other side. So try and get into that seam between your 9 and 10. That's your newest connection. Play into it.
That was loose from Munster, and that's a loose pass as well. And Scarlets might have ripped that.
No.
They need to just keep trying to frustrate this Munster side at the minute to the Scarlets.
They're short defensively though. Heads up rugby from Munster. Over the gain line with ease. Fafita flies up, offside, say the Munster coaches behind us. Nothing from the referee. Carberry, such a stylish player on front foot is Joey Carberry. Fresh. Carberry again.
Good read, Joe Roberts out the back of that. Great read.
Good defensive set so far. Again, Tommy Lewis flying up, and then he has to regather and reshape himself.
Don't. Thank you.
Scarlets coping at the minute, but here's Gavin Coombs again.
Just look how tight that shape is. Munster are running. Leatherbarrow all over that ball.
Leatherbarrow, supported by Dan Davis. Where is the ball? Munster have it. They go down short. Haley. Flat, says the referee. Daly, number 11. Murray cleaned out there.
His first movement is off his feet.
And Murray hasn't moved, so we'll keep an eye on him.
First movement off your feet.
Hopefully he's okay. That does not look good for Conor Murray. You just see the body action and the way he just stayed down.
Didn't pick it up.
Yeah, the penalty's gone against that man on screen, Sam Wainwright.
No.
But he makes the tackle, he gets up for a second actions, goes straight through the contact, but ends up killing the ball, and in the meantime taking Conor Murray out. And he still hasn't moved yet.
He's obviously going to be sweet in the background, but he's gone off his feet at the breakdown, absolutely. That's why we have a penalty. Yeah. But there's nothing else in it for me. But if there is, time off, guys.
10th penalty conceded by the Scarlets.
Yeah, if you're conceding 10 penalties against the sides who live on territory the likes of Munster, then you're always going to be chasing the game. You're constantly defending within 30 metres of your try line, and you're not going to get in through any phase attack. It's exactly what we've seen in the opening 44 minutes of this game.
Dan Jones, he's got Charlie Titcombe on the bench. plenty of experience, 150 games for him. Let's see what happens here now with Conor Murray.
He's coming, gone straight off.
Gets knocked in the head by his own player. Sam Wainwright drives over. There's nothing in it. He does go off his feet. Ian Kenny's correct, but there's no malice in that. There's nothing. Jarred his neck.
Right? So he's entitled to
You'd
rub.
imagine.
Much like you guys would rub as well. So it's not necessarily that action is illegal. The off feed is illegal, and that's why we have the penalty. Yes, good.
Well, the narrative here relates to next weekend. Got a young Welsh side facing established, successful Irish team.
Just come through.
And Munster, as we touched upon earlier, they're not missing too many internationals.
No foul.
Yes.
No foul play.
Nash, Byrne, Crowley, O'Mahony and Casey. But the core of this team is here in Llanelli tonight.
And the difference is the strength and depth they've got to replace those players that are missing.
Time on, penalty here off feet.
The squads are a lot stronger than we've got in Wales.
They've gone off their feet.
So when you do lose players, you're replacing them with quality.
Conor Murray is fine to continue.
On me, Craigie.
Much has been made of this new Munster DNA, Richie. The fact that they do entertain, they do play expansive rugby, but this has been pretty, I wouldn't say basic stuff, but it's been straightforward, simplistic style from them. Scarlets, unexpected ball. Playing with fire here. Frisch spots Johan Nicholas, and Joe Roberts just has to bury his body on that ball, and he's done well. Swart, the South African.
Just needs to go off the field from Archie Hughes. Under a bit of pressure. All backs in that wide contact.
Hughes 9.
Just put it off the field. Got a bit of structure in your defensive line then.
And he doesn't get off the field, and it gets hit to Haley instead. Roberts and Nicholas tackle him. Dan Davis tries to get the turnover. Jaeger. Again, Lousy comes round. This time it's okay. No, it's not.
Yeah, the difficulty Sam Lousy's got there is Kemsey Mateus. He's made the tackle and he's in the way. Conor Murray very wisely just steps over him.
No. We just need better discipline. We need better discipline. No, he needs to roll.
Yeah, Lousy's right in what he's saying. So he was saying he was on his feet, so he has all the rights to the ball. But the issue is Mateus on the floor and he's affecting the clean.
That's been the story of the game so far. Is Scarlets ill discipline. Watch this contact here.
There you go.
You see Mateus there. He needs to roll away quicker. He's affecting the ruck. It's not making it a clear competition. Lousy did everything right. If Mateus rolls away there, it's a penalty to the Scarlets.
It's got to be the final warning for the Scarlets, so penalty-wise.
Stolen again by Fafita. Here's Sam Wainwright.
No.
Jaeger with a tackle. He's had a big game. Number 3 on his back for Munster. We're back where we were a minute ago, Richie, with Archie Hughes shaping to clear. This time, what's the instruction?
Let's see if he puts it off the field. I'd put this off the field 100%.
Indeed he does.
The longer that this stays a 14-point game, the happier the Scarlets will be.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
the minute their set piece is just faltering,
Number
Munster.
8, keeping the gap.
And they're staying within 2 scores. That's what you need, Scarlets.
Yeah, they're soaking up a lot of pressure from Munster at the moment. They're doing a good job with it. 2 line-out steals, but at some stage you're going to have to try and get into Munster's 22 and come away with points.
Off the top ball. Nankerville.
How easy that is over the game line. 1 carry.
Around the corner they come. Coombs. Frisch. He's been
Not
an
held.
excellent signing from Bristol. Antoine Frisch.
Joe Roberts outstanding.
Yeah, and Tommy Lewis there. You might get a replay of this. Just good winger play. Not getting sucked in by any decoy runners, just drifting off your man, making your tackle. And then you always try and affect the ruck from the inside. Joe Roberts comes straight in there, over the ball. Really good defensive play. Good breakdown work.
And that's the loudest cheer of the evening here in Llanelli.
You talk about when you haven't had momentum, I suppose, in games, and how do you get it back, how do you keep hold of it? But the Scarlets haven't had any in the opening 47 minutes of this game. And now this is a point where they have to really try and turn the screw. Stay in possession of the ball. Again, get to 50, get to 55 minutes, stay within 2 scores of this Munster side, and then you can go for double top towards the end.
Again, they haven't made that much distance off the kick. But Dan Jones didn't really get his team down to 22, so they're just hovering around the halfway line. Good carry, Matthias. Again, slow ball though.
Shaping for the air is Archie Hughes.
9. Timing was good.
I think Daly called for the mark there, but he was way outside his 22.
It's so hard when your set piece doesn't function, mine, for the Scarlets. You know, if they take that clean off the line out, you can get Eddie James in the game. You can get some of your big ball carries over the game line. When it doesn't, you've got to start again, and you end up kicking.
That's
just give
inside
away
now,
the ball.
21.
Ethan Coughlin is the substitute scrum half, ball in hand.
Always inside, that's fine.
Field.
So much easier to defend when the ball's going off the field. That's why majority of sides within the 22 will look to put that ball off the field on exits.
9 and 10 sub. 1, 9 and 10.
It's interesting. 3 changes for the Scarlets. They've changed the halfback.
No,
so Dan Jones, 150th appearance is over. Archie Hughes, who did well considering the pressure on him, is off. And Wyn Jones comes on for Kenzie Matthias. So here are the replacements. Wyn Jones, the British and Irish Lion at loose set.
1 black sub, number 1.
Evan Jones,
number 1 sub
from RGC. Here he is, the scrum half replacement. And then at 10, really interesting.
All right, sign back on.
Oh, you say 10, but he's got 22 on his back. Charlie Titcombe, who was playing student rugby last season. Here he is, first possession. Lovely pass, Eddie James to Joe Roberts, who backs himself. Roberts, can he get it away? Back on his feet. Wonderful finish. And from nothing, the Scarlets are back into this game. Titcombe's first touch. James with a timed pass. But Joe Roberts still had a lot of work to do. And look what it means to him.
Watch the deception on this pass from Eddie James. He's a big man. Everyone thinks he's going to carry. He shows the ball. It's a nice early little transfer. Shows the ball initially and drops his height.
22.
And then Joe Roberts, if there's one thing he is, he's athletic, he's powerful. And he's quick. He manages just to get over the game line. But we talked about Scarlets staying in the game. They've got to nearly 50 minutes. And they've got to try back. And they're back within 7 points of this Munster team. But it's just what they needed at the start of the second half.
Not a bad first touch with Charlie Titcombe, although it was Eddie James who did the work. Bucks Player of the Year last year. Getting his opportunity today. Scarlets back to within a score.
Shows you what the Scarlets can do with a good set piece. That's the cleanest set piece they've had all game. I think every other set piece has just been disrupted, but this one, middle ball, front foot, everyone running the ball at pace. And you're right, Richie, Eddie James does a great job of deception. For all the money in the world, you think he's going to carry it, but he delivers a pass so late. That means defences can't adjust, and Joe Roberts does the rest. Good pace as well from Joe Roberts, mate.
Yeah, it's good to see Joe Roberts back from Welsh camp as well.
Always inside.
It's a good, young, physical, dynamic centre partnership now for the Scarlets.
That's the key as well now. You just scored, you don't mess around with the ball. You receive the kick-off, you clear your lines, and you build again.
Yeah. 5 red, sub, 5.
Your discipline has got to be key here. Nice and clean from the Scarlets. Don't give Munster a cheap 3 points. Don't allow them to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Sam Lousy is
Who's
off.
the captain now, guys?
Skipper, pre-game. Looks okay, so is that pre-planned, do we think?
He's not long back from injury, Lousy, so he's had a bit of time out. As you say, guys, skipper tonight. But yeah, on comes Jack Price.
Great, thank you.
Now it's Munster's turn to try and carve an opening. McNichol Using the touchline on Sean O'Brien, but O'Brien gets some yardage.
He's done well to stay in there, as Brian.
Jaeger.
No, he's rolling. It's fine.
This time the Scarlets do roll away. Snyman, oh, he just tried to force that pass and then changed his mind. Carberry. High is the call from a Munster player. Snyman again. Rev the barrow, gets a hand to it. Carberry, little chip through. Needs to bounce. Doesn't get it. And Evan Jones may well want to clear this.
Feet there at the top of the pitch as well, just stretching his calves. He's obviously cramping there. Again, another man who's been injured.
Yeah, Pafita struggling. So Scarlets technically have 14 fit players on the field.
This needs to be a good kick regards to length, otherwise Mike Haley will pick Fafita off in his defensive line.
Here's Sean O'Brien. Haley looks up and he can see Fafita just drifting across, and that kick drifts.
Oh, it's the right option. It was the right option to kick. Just needed to go in the air. Need like a little kick pass.
Number 3 sub.
There's a lot of space out there.
3 sub.
You can see Fafita. They'd want to keep him on. They've just lost Lousy. The two work in harmony.
So this try then, it's Eddie James's pass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the deception on his carry. He drops his IT effectively, gets his nipples over the ball, and that's a trigger then for defenders to sit.
Yeah, time off.
And in doing so, as they're back on their heels, he just licked that late delivery to Joe Roberts. It's the first time, as Shanks mentioned, they've had real probably quality delivery off that line out. And then all the hard work is done on the inside.
Okay.
Let's give Joe Roberts a bit of credit. But the work from Eddie James, all that deception has made that try.
I had a chat with Joe Roberts before the game, and he was just saying he's itching to play because he's been in camp, but he hasn't featured so far in the Six Nations.
Almost every stoppage now, okay? So
he just couldn't wait to get out there and play some rugby, because you know that's what you've done since a kid. You're not there to. No one likes holding bags. No one likes playing opposition. You want to play rugby.
Yeah, particularly those in your squad that aren't in your match day 25, say you're travelling reserves. Okay. Those are the guys who are itching to get back. Tom, you did it a lot in your career, didn't you? You weren't in the match day squad, but it's key that we get them playing.
Hold on.
Those players have got to play, and that is where the experiences are made.
Take them off.
And we make better players in the long term.
Let's start the game first before we start.
This is where the Scarlets were when they scored. Snyman's gone.
Yes, so who's coming on from? Yeah, there's man coming on anyway, yeah? That's fine. Okay. Just hold him there, Tom. Step 2.
Big 10 minutes this for the Scarlets. One score game, 14-7. And if we're brutally honest, they haven't been in the game until the last probably 6-7 minutes. So Dwayne Peel will be happy with this, particularly the turnaround in the second half. A couple of the changes have made a bit of an impact. Teddy Leatherbarrow, good to see him on. Sam Wainwright.
Jones, Titcomb. This time Eddie James goes direct. Almost turned over as well. Switch of play. Titcomb charged down. Could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, Kendall in all over that. They've read that. They've kept a number out of the contact.
Use 20. Use.
Done well, Niall Scarnell led.
Unforced error. Edwin Swartz.
Okay.
No pressure on him.
That's why he didn't get penalised.
And he's annoyed with himself.
The difference between
21 black off.
that set piece from the line out to the one where Joe Roberts scores is it goes through 2 sets of hands, which just allows Munster line speed to really knock Scarlets really before the gain line.
Guys, you got some new personnel now.
They're playing slow ball.
Standards were pretty good before, so let's keep high.
Just takes his eyes off it, doesn't he, Schwartz?
Yeah, you want to try and limit the amount of phases you go through in your half, particularly when a game is so tight.
He's back.
Let's go, Win. Let's go.
Conor Murray released by the Ireland squad, but technically third choice now. Casey
Right leg.
and Gibson Park ahead of him. Talk that he may well be leaving at the end of this season. One club man so far in his career.
So interesting, Conor Murray just saying to Gavin Coombs, the base of the scrum, I want the ball on your right leg. It's that little detail that probably the Scarlets are missing at the moment.
And Cavell, not the best of passes, but again he gets gain line. The Scarlets, a few holes there defensively. Still they come the same way. Good power play by Munster here. I'm not much in the second half. Lewis with an effective tackle on Kendall. John Ryan, the old head at tight head. Wycherley, another substitute prop.
It's interesting, the balance. The balance that Munster have in the game. They've gone to their power game now. We've seen what they've done earlier in that first half.
Guess who? Gavin Coombs again. Ryan. Such a flow to this attack, but somehow Scarlets turn it over.
He's knocked that on when Jones in the tackle. The referee hasn't seen it.
Again, Scarlets loose at ruck time, and they may have lost it. Scarlets going from deep. They're away again. Johan Nicholas back to McNichol. Chip over the top.
Oh, straight out.
Oh, straight out. Straight out.
So close. That ball lands in field. You think the Scarlets might be able to sneak a try, but everything from Munster there, there's no width on their play at all. It was all just short passes.
2 men down again.
All tight play. But look at Wyn Jones there, dives over the top. Yeah, you're right, he does knock it on with his hand. Get away with it though. Props. And then it's down that left-hand side. Joe Roberts nearly gets away. Lovely offload, great in-link in play. The ball's not on the inside, it's the right option to kick.
You can see his body language as soon as he kicks. He just drops it right on the inside of his foot. And in doing so, you're never going to get straight on it. But they're staying in the game, the Scarlets. Still a 7-point game.
And that's the key, because the confidence will grow the more the game goes on. The longer you're in it, the more chance you got.
So 5 players down in the last 2 minutes of cramp. Not enough salt, do you think, Rich?
Roll away!
Maybe not, Gareth, maybe not.
Munster again looking to attack. This could work. It's Daly against James. Nicholas was waiting for him. Front football for Munster. This is where they can be so clinical. Gavin Coombs over the gain line once again, back against the grain. Scannell. Scramble defence by Scarlets now. Critical part of this game. We approach the end of the third quarter. O'Sullivan. Scannell. Wycherley. Dan Davis is there. He's peeled away off the ball.
Watch how deep Munster's cleans are in his contact. They're trying to take the Scarlets player meter and a half past the ball.
Well rolled.
Shot for feet there.
Big shot for feet on Wycherley. But now the Scarlets looking soft defensively. 11 phases. Kendall, he's driven back. Scarlets defending bravely, but they're creaking a little bit.
No, 7, no.
Good body height to seal that from Conor Murray.
Coombs again.
Release
Just
19.
doesn't go back in the contact, does he? Short stuff now from Munster. 15 phases. Wycherley picks and goes himself.
Keep your eyes on a little fake carry to then a little pop. We saw it early in the first half.
Now they go wide. Carberry, Haley. Pass wasn't there for him.
Roll 14.
Scarlets again trying to steal the ball. Still Munster possession. 17 phases. Leather Barrow this time. He's thrown out the tackle. Coombs. Carberry. Kendall. Such quick possession. Carberry floats it out to Haley. Haley!
What a tackle.
Good tackle, Johan Nicholas.
No try, touch.
Brilliant defensive set there from the Scarlets. Had to defend for large periods there, out on their feet. A couple of times it looked like it was on for Conor Murray himself. He doesn't, but really good from the Scarlets. Some aggressive hits. The ball went over the top there. It looked a little bit forward, but
No try, touch.
it was Johan Nicholas there just bailing him into touch.
Yeah, Joe Roberts is down again, having his calf strap, but he was really, really accurate initially from Munster. This play started just inside the Scarlets half. Scarlets end up defending it really well, but they've gone through probably 17, 18 phases of Munster. Really accurate in the shape, really accurate off line out. And it's a good cover tackle on the edge by Johan Nicholas. He gets there. Unfortunately for Mike Haley, he needs to go in the air and he needs to go a little bit earlier.
You just wonder how much that would have taken out the legs of the Scarlets. That was a huge effort. You know, they've got 20 more minutes of this game. You can't defend like that for another 20 minutes.
No, they've also gone early on their subs as well. Joe Roberts has been down twice with cramp. Now they've gone early on the subs. There's not an awful lot left to come on.
Via Fafita, Antoine Frisch, number of players struggle with cramp. Fafita spills it. Conor Murray. Munster.
No advantage, come back for the scrum.
Back for scrum we go.
Yeah, we talk about fatigue and the impact that has. The first thing then to go is your accuracy. Your lungs are burning, your legs are burning, and in Fafita's case, his calves are burning. He's been down, he's stretching them already. But that's your first thing to go. As soon as the fatigue hits in, he's been out injured for a long time. They've rolled the bench for the back five of that scrum, so he's got to dig in.
Because he started to feel his hamstring just when Lousy was leaving the field, and he must have looked up and gone, oh no.
I'll give it, I didn't think he did last time. Crouch! Bind!
If this scrum holds up, Evan Jones has got it. Try and kill this ball at source. At scrum time, he's going straight back in the boot that was going to allow Coombs and Murray time to play.
They go for the scrum, penalty advantage, free play. Murray walking. The scrum was dominant, the platform was set, and Conor Murray breezed through the Scarlets defence. Teddy Leatherbarrow complains to the referee, but the try is given, and Munster have 3.
Also easy for Conor Murray. Set piece, awesome from Munster, great scrum. You can see the picture there behind. They're just trying to create a 3v2. Trying to make defenders make a decision.
He was
hangs off.
Yeah, he's got a case as Teddy Leatherbarrow. This will be looked at. I think he said he's got an advantage anyway. But keep your eyes on Jack O'Sullivan, keeping hold of Leatherbarrow. He's got to look to make more of that.
Formal check, Mike, is it?
Yeah, formal check.
I'm going to show you the flanker getting held in at the scrum, so couldn't make the tackle.
Okay, yeah, so... All right, we'll go with check then.
It's the right call to go to
blindside flankers being held in at the scrum, preventing him from making a possible tackle on Munster 9.
Okay,
to be fair to Conor Murray, would he have got there? We don't know.
So that's the exact point I was just about to make. Jack O'Sullivan did need to do it. The scrum was going forward. Evan Jones is never going to get to Murray.
It can't be a try. Never allow this.
So 20 black clearly holds in the red player, prevents him making a tackle. Prevents a try. Yeah, that's fine. So no try, and we'll play the penalty for the tight head standing up.
Yeah. So they'll go back for the penalty anyway. No try.
No try. He's pulled them in.
Still be.
Restart with the penalty.
Munster ball.
Restart with the penalty here. Number 3 standing up.
What do you do, Thomas? Back to scrum? Or
no
tap
try.
5?
Penalty. No penalty for stand up.
They look more dangerous, I think, when they tap and go.
Standing up.
Coombs will be after a tap and go for his hat trick.
Yeah.
No rush for Munster forwards. You get the impression a lot of tired bodies up there. Substitutes are certainly welcome. Scannell wants a nice, clean, fresh ball.
Keep the timing good on the line, guys. Time back on. Yeah, play. On the
tap
please.
again. Keep your eyes on. Where's Coombs? Keep your eyes on him.
He'll be on the second carry here.
Back foot.
Here's Coombs. Little drop pass to him. Peels.
No hands out.
This time he's repelled. But look how close Munster are. It's not flashy, but it is effective.
Short.
But it is short this time. That's how close Munster are to a third. Pick, go, drive. Try number 3. It's the power game. And it's O'Sullivan for Munster.
20.
And there's daylight between both sides now.
20.
Took 4 phases that time to score a try.
Was chalked off because you pulled back there blindside, yeah.
Coombs looked like he got really close.
Well, no, you knew what you were doing.
They look really dangerous, Munster, out from tap penalties, 5 metres out. That's why they're going for them. They're not going for scrums, they're not going for line-outs. This is their power play. And you can see the Scarlets are just out on their feet. They're tired. They've had to defend for about 10 minutes on their own line.
Yeah, you talk about when you've got physical specimens that Munster have and the fatigue that is in the Scarlets pack when they're winning collisions. Why wouldn't you just take a tap penalty when you've got the carries, Kendall and Coombs? These guys have made such a big impact today. And the fatigue in that first half has definitely taken its toll on the Scarlets team at the minute.
So we're back to a 2-score game. Not a single penalty in this match so far, just the 4 tries, all converted.
Yeah, inside. Use now, 9.
Look at the difference in the length of that Munster ruck, making it longer, but there's just one player on the floor as they're off.
Crossfield kick by Carberry. That's what you can do when you're 2 tries up. Frisch far more sensibly bangs it off the field, and Scarlet's ball in opposition's half. And Antoine Frisch touched upon it earlier. Not really that well known when he signed from Bristol, but he's been some acquisition.
Yeah, he has. He's brilliant, really slick player. But you can see why Munster wanted to have a go. Scarlets turned their backs, think it's going to be a box kick. Fafita starts running back. Just the kick wasn't that inaccurate.
Are you in, right? Hey.
They need to go to a banker play now, the Scarlets. First time out of their half in probably 12-13 minutes. Go to a banker play, we'll get their forwards around the corner.
What do you mean banker play?
A banker play where you're guaranteed a line-out play, and it's not loads of passes, limit the chance of turnover. It's the same play that they scored off with a line break.
You happy with that?
Yes, exactly what they're doing. They've got 2 pass Bill round the corner. Just try and squeeze a penalty.
Titcombe, trying to delay the pass. Nicholas again, not for the first time, having to scramble back to save his team. Munster sniffing a fourth. Carberry, if they're looked up, the crossfield kick goes on. You may still be. Now the Scarlets have rearranged themselves, and Carberry plays 9. Flat again, says the ref. Shane Daly. The game is losing its shape a little bit.
It's good from Nankivell. Ability to stay on his feet. Win Jones is over the top.
Release. Well released.
Carberry, Frisch, Haley, it's on now for Munster. Off the right wing is O'Brien. Support to the right, support to the left, and it's Thomas Ahern. The big lock striding over Munster's 4th, bonus point, and surely a victory in Llanelli.
Munster worked down that short side. You could see how narrow the Scarlets' defence was. They tried to come off the line, but when they came off the line to try and blitz, they stopped. You can watch it here. Munster set themselves really well. They just stopped. They're on their haunches. They can't move. Munster keep the width really well. And then it's a nice little inside ball.
Do not underestimate the work of Mike Haley here. He doesn't actually touch the ball in a play, but he's just tucked down there. There he is, just tucked down behind Frisch. And it means Eddie James has to have a number to defend. So it tightens them straight up, and it allows Munster 2 extra players on the edge. But if there's a forward in the tight 5 who has earned a try tonight, it's that man, Thomas Ahern. But Mike Haley out the back then, he hasn't touched the ball, but it's the effect that he's had on the play is absolutely massive.
Sub. Number 9. Sub.
Via Fafita is off. He's going to be replaced by number 16, and that's 18-year-old Harry Thomas. There he is. Plenty of talk around this young man, Harry Thomas, and that is young to be coming on in the front row, Richie.
Yeah, Harry Thomas was excellent last week for Wales, 20s against England, 20s in Bath. But the interesting thing for me is how they're going to tweak who goes where. Looks like Schwartz is going to go into the back row. Harry Thomas to 2, the 18-year-old, making his debut.
Steph Evans is on, he's 23. Got his palm to that one. The Scarlets have to play now. McNichol, Titcombe, Steph Evans, off his wing. Johan Nicholas.
Look how high that defensive line is. Forces Nicholas back in initially.
Leather Barrow.
Caught one on the chin there as well as Leather Barrow.
He's still going though. Now he's isolated, and penalty should come to Munster here.
Ball's out. Ball's out.
Well, it's turnover. Scannell. Now there are loads of tired bodies out here. Easy pickings if you want to attack. Haley spots that there are forwards out there. Breaks through. Daly Back to Haley. Overcomplicated.
Leave him forward.
But there are still tries in this game because some of those players look absolutely beaten.
Yeah, they are. You can see that. Not getting the right numbers to run. There's no communication. Turnover here. Mike Haley does really well. Gets on the outside. I think he's looking for the reverse ball out the back. Yeah. Steph Evans covers him well enough. But they do look tired now, the Scarlets. You can see every little set piece they get to now. They're walking there. There's no urgency behind them. And that just shows you how much it takes out of you defending. It's so much harder to defend than it is to attack. And they haven't played as well. Although there has been friendly games, they haven't played competitive games because of the break they've had.
Yeah, Harry Thomas just on the field making his debut for the Scarlets, and he's up against Mike Haley trying to defend 25 metres worth of space in that touchline. You have to feel for him, but Haley does well. He kicks out.
14 carries for Gavin Coombs. He's got more carries than anybody else in the league this season. 2 tries. That's a shift.
Yeah, it just goes to show the quality that they've got. He is knocking on the door of that Irish side. But the minute he just can't break it down.
Here we go,
but he's been outstanding for Munster the last 4 or 5 years. His ability to stay on feet and ride that initial contact is a massive one, and that probably sets him apart from the majority of other carriers in the league at the minute.
Let's go, Boris. Crouch. Bind. Set. Ready. Early push, Munster.
New hooker for Munster, and he may well have been penalised. Jones, McNichol, Steph Evans. 50 tries in the URC for him now. Most by any Welshman in the competition's history. Owen Nicholas cannot complain about his industry this evening. Titcombe.
Knock on advantage.
Knock on by Price.
Advantage over.
Backfield space there as well.
Carberry. Good angle. Haley back in.
Backwards. Play.
And look at the Scarlets players jogging towards the ball there. And Carberry sharper than anybody else. And Munster sniffing for a fifth. Scarlets out on their feet. Coombs on a hat-trick.
Brian hugging this touchline as well.
But they keep in the forwards for the time being. Here's Owen Clark on as a substitute.
The ball's right there.
Tired defence. Enthused attack.
Dan Davis, great work in the tackle. Oh.
Penalised though.
Referee and Kenny saying he had a knee to the floor. The tackle was complete.
Guys, be careful in this area, please. On the line, please. Scrum called. Scrum.
This is slightly different. Every other penalty they've had, they've tapped and gone. Really want to take on the new front row now.
You just got your timing wrong.
It's interesting who sets where. Have a look at this Scarlets pack. Who's sitting where? So Harry Thomas, it looks like the 18-year-old is going into the back row. He's packing down as 6. So they want to swap Dan Davis and him straight away there. You don't want him off the base of the scrum trying to defend in a position he's never defended before.
So you want to be swapping Dan Davis with him?
Yeah, you'd want to get Dan straight over there, but obviously they haven't had that discussion. Because if you're Coughlin, the replacement scrum half for 9, you're going straight into that seam.
Bind! Set! In 9, come on.
No, he's got his head popped up, Harry Thomas. He's having a look. Just sticking it up over the parapet.
No. Reset, it's just gone around.
Way he might.
Reset.
This is hard for Charlie Titcombe here because he's going to have to stay behind that scrum. Just trying to guess which way they go and fill in on the inside defensively.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, you've got to bank on Wyn Jones winning this scrum
for a while. It's a bit difficult.
Getting his shoulder up, taking this right-hand side away and forcing him to play left. There he is.
Yeah, it's just gone around on the mark.
Wiley Fox, the British Lion, the Welsh international. This is where your money's earned.
9 would be to use it quicker if we get into that position. Yeah. Let's go.
He's a prop, isn't he? He couldn't be nothing else, Wyn Jones.
A wrestler.
Crouch!
2 of the most dangerous runners in the game. We've got Haley and Carberry just perched behind that scrum. So whichever way the scrum goes, watch them swing.
In 9, in.
Munster.
Use 9, stay on. Get out there, 20. No.
Get it away. Carberry, Haley. Run out of options there.
Release 21.
Evan Jones with the tackle. Gavin Coombs. Leather Barrow. Thrown out judo style from the ruck. We've been here before, haven't we? Munster, continuous pressure.
Keep your eye on the depth of cleans here as well. They're just trying to put people on the floor.
Kendall been very good tonight as well. Carberry, Haley, out to O'Brien, steps back inside. 4 becomes 5. Could start getting messy now.
Yeah, so composed. It starts with that man again. Gavin Coombs having a dent. And his 3 tight carries round the corner. It's just a numbers game. They end up 2 up on the edge. De Munster and Sean Bryan gets in the corner. But it's a factor and something they've looked at all game. Maybe they've prepped in the weakest. That's just the depth and the cleans and putting numbers on the floor. It means you're shortening your defensive line every contact. And just look at the forwards. Look how square they get as they're coming round the corner. They get nice and square. And when they've shortened, when the belt has been shortened effectively on the inside, they'll play to length, and it just becomes all too easy for Sean O'Brien to come off his right leg and just step inside McNichol on that right edge.
He's been good tonight as well. Like, really strong carrier. Looks good when he's cutting back inside, nice and strong. A good finish.
And that is the sign of Scarlet supporters leaving with 7 minutes left of this game. They've seen enough. I could watch Joey Carberry's kicking style all evening. Does not break sweat. Thank you very much.
You called it, well done. Yeah, it's smooth, isn't it? It's effortless. Makes it look so easy when he kicks it. But you just hope now the Scarlets can dig in, because for 60 minutes of this game they're in it. It's only the last 20 where fitness has come through, where they've had to defend for large periods, and you hope it doesn't become an embarrassing score towards the end.
Munster are on the hunt now because they've spotted all these tired Scarlets forwards. Carberry with a bomb.
Tommy Lewis, we barely mentioned him this game. The Scarlets haven't managed to get to width at all, really, all game. But they need to be careful, Tom, as you just referenced. Still 5 minutes to go in this game. And this is where the tired bodies take their toll. You've got the likes of Haley, Carberry on the field, Nankerville. They'll pick these mismatches probably 2 phases before Scarlets will even see them.
Number 20. Sub. Number 20. No. Okay, that's
Teddy Leatherbarrow off. I think he had a whack.
Guys, you don't have anyone to bring on.
Just check to the head.
Teddy Leatherbarrow is off, but Scarlets don't have anybody to bring back in. So Scarlets, as if things are going to get much worse, we'll have to play with 14.
Yeah, so what do they do now? Do they back a scrum that has been dismantled with 7 men, or do they chuck a winger, or do they try and get Harry James into the scrum to lend it a bit of weight? So they're down to 14. He's been checked by HIA's Teddy Leatherbarrow.
No, I'll be taken back.
But he's been good since he's come on. He's made an impact, Leatherbarrow. So they're going with 6 backs, they're going with 8 forwards. The Scarlets. Don't forget, you've got Schwartz on the in that back row as well. You just see Eddie James on the side of that scrum, so they're down a man. So they're going to be numbers down.
Very limited options here. It's McNichol. Four minutes left of this one. Do you just survive, Tom?
Just survive.
Or do you play if you're Scarlets now with
40
players?
You can't play in situations like that because it's just slow ball, so you have to kick.
Backwards.
It's got to be a kick to challenge, so at least you've got a 50-50 chance of getting it back. That one just a little bit too long. But it's hard when you're down to 14 men, when you're on the back foot constantly.
Shane McCarthy is on. Carberry, loving life infinitely. Gets it away to Daly. Here is Shane McCarthy. Strides over. 6 for Munster. And they've got to 40.
And you can see a clear difference now. in terms of fitness, because Munster have had nearly all the possession this second half. Scarlets just sapped all their strength, all their fatigue from their legs. They're treading on sand at the moment. Munster just playing with front foot ball all the time. They go down the short side. Nice little break from Carberry. Really good support line on the inside. No Scarlets player able to get anywhere near the support runner for Munster.
We talked around mismatches, and the likes of Carberry can pick off is exactly what happened. They shot back down the short side up against 3 front rowers. It was Schwartz, Vin Jones and Harry Thomas. So you had 3 backs against 3 forwards. Don't forget Scarlets are down a man, so the space is always going to be on that short side as well.
Thank you.
And when you've got Shane McCarthy, he's played a bit of sevens for Island Sevens as well, so as soon as there's in broken field and a bit of space in front of him, then he's always going to run that in.
100% for this man.
I feel for the Scarlets in a way, because they put everything into this game for 60 minutes and they've defended hard. They took their chance when it happened off a good set piece, but they struggled really physically with Munster, and now Munster are just running riot in this last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you look at the first 15 minutes of that second half, the Scarlets were right in it. It was still a 7-point ball game, but then fatigue takes place, the lack of strength on the bench takes place. And Munster are really trying to squeeze the Scarlets in the remaining 2 minutes of this game.
Lovely angle, lovely work. Scarlets want a consolation. They've got no shape though. Steph Evans. Price. Supported by Wainwright and Jones. There's Evan Jones. Lewis. Untidy. Messi. Munster ball. Right, Richie. 90 seconds left of this one. Who's your player of the match?
Yeah, it wasn't a difficult choice, if I'm honest. A guy who has really driven this Munster side around the park.
4, I'm going to reverse it.
It's their number 8, Gavin Coombs. He scored 2 tries. But it's the simple little things as well. His work rate, his speed into position, the quality of his skill set, his little pull-backs, his carry height, his defensive work.
Number 4.
He's been talked around a man in Ireland with huge potential for the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Number
and his
18.
try scoring rate will be up
18.
there.
Thanks for not responding. Well done. Yeah,
with the best in Ireland.
There's been loads of good players for Munster tonight though, hasn't there? You think of Joey Carberry, he's marshaled them really well around the field. Just looks slick, loads of time on the ball. I think Snyman in the first half was good. Tom Ahern looked good as well, but you're right. Gavin Coombs has just, he's been that extra 5-10% difference really between all the Munster players.
You talk about with your set piece, with your scrum, with your line out, if they don't function, nothing functions. And it starts with the front 5 in front of Coombs, but he's offered a lot, both sides of the ball, in offence and defence. It's a little detail which makes such a difference, and he's been really effective, and he's the man of the match tonight. It's Munster number 8, Gavin Coombs.
5, guys.
Missed the descending 5. On West Wales.
6. Grand 5. Fine. Yeah, fine.
And this will be the final action of the game. Scarlets have nothing to play for other than pride.
1 stop, guys.
Some of these young players have put a shift in, and they are out and exhausted, and they will lose heavily. But can they score 1 more try?
It's the man of the match locking him up. Gavin Coombs, well, outstanding. I think he's been stripped them as well.
Touch there. Touch there, guys. Guys. Touch there.
That's it. Another heavy defeat for the Scarlets. Munster take the win, and this long, hard season continues to offer very little for Dwayne Peel's players. Scarlets 7, Munster 42.
So